Now, as much as it pains me to say this, because his play was instrumental in my Hurricanes being upset in the national championship, Maurice Clarett had one of the greatest true freshman seasons in college football history. The kid was a monster. They didn't really have a quarterback. Their offense, other than him, wasn't really that good, but he carried the load, and he had a then school record for rushing touchdowns in the season by a freshman. Like so many other college athletes in the past and still happening today, oftentimes, just because a player is good, they sometimes can't stay out of trouble. But I've always wondered since I was a kid, what if Maurice Clarett had an opportunity to finish his career at Ohio State University? I predict the Heisman. I predict maybe even another national championship. So being that Maurice Clarett's final college football game is over 20 years ago, we're going to use NCAA football 2004 to see if we can kind of get an idea of the greatness he had to come. Let's get into this sim. What's good, everybody? It's your boy UncleSamsReject here, and welcome back to the channel, boys. And we're back with another what if a player didn't leave their school. Last episode we did Cam Newton. This episode we're going to be doing no other than Maurice Clarett, coming in as a true sophomore for the Ohio State Buckeyes. NCAA and EA had him coming in as a 95 overall, 90 speed, 74 strength. Take a look at his agility, 85, 92 excel. Catching is decent. Carrying is a 77. Break tackles a 90. He was a load to try to bring down. Take a look at his pass blocking, not really much, but it's also kind of crazy looking at 2004 to see the lack of, ratings and everything we had. But you see here, he was a first-team All-American. Now, coming into this season, boys, take a look at the preseason issue of Sports Illustrated. Ohio State's answer, can the Buckeyes win all behind the running of Maurice Clarett? So coming in on the Heisman watch list, Maurice Clarett is leading the way. He was the Heisman favorite coming into his sophomore season. I can't remember what quarterback this is at Washington. This is Phillip Rivers right here. I believe this is Quan Crosby, and Kansas State's quarterback. That's not Jason Campbell like I was about to say, because he went to Auburn. Also, Maurice Clarett is a preseason All-American. There were some other dogs on this Ohio State team as well. Chris Gamble was on this team. You see him. This is his junior year. He left after this year. Santonio Holmes is a freshman. Troy Smith is a freshman. Anthony Gonzalez is a freshman. They have some dogs here waiting in the wings. Now, I fully expect this sim to possibly only last 2 seasons. This sophomore year and his junior year, because of the 95 overall and the output he's probably going to have. I don't see a world where he stays for his senior year unless he just wants to get his degree in this land. But you see Ohio State coming in #1 overall. I mean, the #1 team in the nation. And this is their schedule: Washington, San Diego State, NC State. So they play Phillip Rivers this season. Bowling Green, Northwestern, Wisconsin, Iowa, Indiana, Penn State, Michigan State, Purdue. And then, of course, they end the season with Michigan. That's the biggest game of the year for both teams. I'm excited to see what Maurice Clarett can do, and see if he can possibly win a Heisman and or more national championships. All right, boys. So at the end of the first regular season, Ohio State does win the Big Ten championship. They also finished the regular season 12-0. So I guess, I don't remember things back that far, but the Big Ten did not have a conference championship. I'm pretty sure their conference championship is fairly recent, but 12-0, 8-0. They remained #1 the whole entire year. Take a look at Maurice Clarett, brokenhearted. #1 Ohio State gets no love from the latest bowl ranking. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick, what that even means, bro. So, I mean, we're #1 in the nation. I don't see why we want to be #1 in the bowl ranking. Oh my goodness, what the heck, bro? Wow, Miami and Oklahoma get the nod over us? Dog, this is back when the BCS was absolutely insane, bro. So, poll average 1.5. So we're #1 on every poll. You know what I mean? 1 or 2 on every poll, right? Competition average lower than Oklahoma's and Miami. Schedule rank, I don't remember if schedule rank being high. If it's higher, I guess ours is too high. We didn't really play anybody, but we didn't lose. We don't have any quality wins this season. Even Oklahoma has a .2 quality win. So, our point total is lower than both of theirs, barely lower than Miami's. This championship week, though, maybe they play somebody, but take a look at the top 25. Us, Oklahoma, Miami. Miami's not even getting any first place votes. This is back when there was a lot of this is why we have a college football playoff. Stuff like this is why we have a college football playoff. Take a look at the last Heisman watch. Maurice Clarett is second behind Darren Sproles. So Darren Sproles is above Maurice Clarett right now. I don't really see why. Okay, that's kind of you know what I mean? We're going to come over to award finalists. Maxwell, Maurice Clarett's leading the way over Darren Sproles. Best quarterback. Don't really care about those. That's Eli Manning right there, by the way. Take a look at these bold predictions, boys. Where do they have us playing real quick? They got us playing in a Rose Bowl, taking on Oregon State. Now, we're not going to look at Maurice Clarett's stats just yet. We're going to wait till we play the bowl game because that's going to give us all the stats we need. You know what I mean? I like to look at everything in totality. Oklahoma plays Kansas State, so Darren Sproles and his squad could play spoiler and they could possibly put us in the natty. Let's go into sim this game. Oklahoma gets the job done. Nobody else is going to have any real impact on what we got going on. So let's go ahead and sim through this week. All right, boys. Maurice Clarett does win running back of the year as expected, the best one in the game. He also is going to walk away with the Maxwell. And then when it comes to the Heisman, Maurice Clarett is edged out by Darren Sproles. Maurice Clarett ran for 2,000 plus yards, bro. 2,000 plus yards, and we can't even get first place votes, and we can't even get votes to get into the natty, which is crazy. And as the #1 team in the nation, we're going to be playing in the freaking Rose Bowl instead of the national championship, bro. That doesn't even make sense to me. That makes zero sense to anyone, bro. That is the silliest thing in the world. #2 and 3 are playing in the freaking national championship. Wow. All right, boys. So if we incorporate real life, this is back-to-back flawless seasons for Ohio State. Only last year they won the natty. This year not so much. I feel like we need to share the natty for sure. We win 24-17 versus Oregon. I'm gonna sim this natty too. I'm a Miami fan, but here in this sim, I'm a little tight about it. And Miami gets their revenge for not winning the year before. And Miami is this year's national champions. But, you know, for the real reason why we're here, let's go ahead and take a look at, you know what I'm saying, Maurice Clarett and his stats here. So 325 carries, 2,276 yards. Even his backup ran for 1,000 yards. Maurice Clarett had 22 touchdowns. Longest of the year was 90. 175 yards a game, 703 yards after first hit, 9 yards, 20 plus yards. 9 runs, 20 plus yards, 82 broken tackles. He did have 6 fumbles, though. In the receiving game, 15 carries, 227 yards, a touchdown. I really don't know what Darren Sproles really did to, you know what I mean, up on that. But, you know what I mean, it really just is what it is, bro. That's definitely frustrating. And I forgot Chris Gamble used to play both sides of the ball. See, like, these old NCAAs are ahead of their time, bro. They really play just like real-life college football. And our quarterback, what was it, Craig Kringle, however you say his name, you know what I mean? We know he ass. He sucks. We know that already. But also another thing, you know what I mean, they have in this game, Maurice Clarett, I didn't realize it the first time, he gets 48 prize stickers, bro. So I think that's the max you can get in a season, if I'm not mistaken. So just know our guy did his thing, bro, for real. All right, boys, here we are in the offseason. You see here, Miami wins the natty. I still call BS. It is what it is. Take a look at players leaving for our squad real quick while I'm on Air Force. Chris Gamble's going to the league. Our kicker's also going to the league. Two of our quarterbacks were retire. They actually graduate. Take a look here. Losing some old linemen. We lose some defensive players. So, you know what I mean? It just is what it is when it comes to that. All right, boys. After our first offseason, Maurice Clarett maxes out. He's up to a 99 overall. He gets +1 speed, +4 overall, of course, +4 strength, +20 awareness. Catching goes up +3. Carry goes up +6. Jumping stays the same. Break tackle goes up 7. And that's pretty much it. Blocking and all that we don't worry about. And stamina, you know, even though it's only at 89, he still had like 300 something carries last year. So I already know that he's going to be all right. And he actually gained 2 pounds as well. I forgot about these older games where you would gain and lose weight. Like, bro, that's, oh man, like there's so much stuff that they taken out of the game. Like, look, our left guard gained 9 pounds, 5 pounds for right tackle. Bro, I'm gonna have to do a series in one of these older NCAAs, bro. Oh my goodness. All right, boys, season #2 of this sim is here. Take a look at Frank Gore on the front of the Sports Illustrated coming into this year instead of Maurice Clarett. All good. We're going to take a look at some of this preseason stuff. We come in as #2. You see Maurice Clarett is still the guy that they're going to be talking about here. We got robbed of the Heisman. Still #1 on the list for the 2nd straight year. You know what I mean? So we'll see. It's all good with that. Larry Fitzgerald is actually still here at Pitt. Oh man, it's bringing back a lot of memories, low key, with all the people that we still got in college here. Preseason All-American, of course, Maurice Clarett is there. Take a look at the team schedule this season, bro. This doesn't happen often. In the beginning of the season, we got #1 versus #2 out the gate for our first game of the season versus Miami. You know, we trying to get some get back for getting a hold by the computers last year. Then we got Akron, Lafayette, Kansas State. I don't know if Darren Sproles is still there or not, but just know we on your head, my G, because you stole the Heisman from us. Northwestern, Wisconsin, Iowa, Indiana, Penn State, Michigan State, Purdue, and then that team up north. All right, boys, so at the end of season #2, Ohio State is back-to-back Big Ten champions. You love to see it. Do drop a game this year, but we get back to #1 in the nation. And let me just tell you about some of the get back we got this season, bro. Absolutely destroyed and blew out Miami, who was #1 this season, 46-21. Come down here to Kansas State. They're not even ranked no more. We gave them work 48-3. You feel me? So we made that a long day for them, right? We did lose to Wisconsin this game. Take a look. Not really sure what the offense did that caused us to get a loss, but we gave up 14 in the fourth quarter. This game should have been all but over. We gave up 14 in the fourth, and then we lost by 3. I mean, we only scored 3, excuse me. But then we bounced back heavy. We dropped back to like 9, and then we won out from there, blowing out teams, every team in our way for the most part. Oklahoma's looking to make a second run at a natty this year, as they're ending the season, the regular season, #2 in the nation, but they do have to play #12 Nebraska in the conference championship. This year in bowl rankings, boys, we're #1 in the nation, and we're #1 in the bowl rankings. We got some quality wins. We beat teams that were ranked at the time. We beat the then #1 team in the nation. We did what it was we needed to do. And you see our total is 3.65, lower than everybody else's. So we're definitely not going to not be in the natty. Maurice Clarett getting hold once again in this natty talk, bro. Rushes for 2,000 yards once again, 24 total touchdowns. But this dude from Southern Miss somehow is above Maurice Clarett. It just does not make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense. All right, boys, so Maurice Clarett, back-to-back seasons of running back of the year, back-to-back seasons of the Maxwell, and once again, we finished second in the Heisman. This one is a lot closer than the one versus Darren Sproles, bro, but I don't know what it is, what these dudes are getting over us when we're rushing for 400 more yards than them, and we scored 1 more touchdown on the ground than them. It just does not make sense. I don't know, man. It's like they're not showing no love to my guy. What we're all looking for, we will be in the natty this year, the FedEx Orange Bowl, man. Trying to get it in. 2 1-loss schools, man. Who's going to come out on top? All right, boys. In the end, Maurice Clarett and the squad were not able to get the job done. No fault to Maurice Clarett at all. He had a great game. 23 carries, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns, but the team was unable to find the end zone in the first, even though, you know what I'm saying, they were able to shut Oklahoma out in the fourth. They just couldn't get enough offense going. So take a look at the final stats of the season for Maurice Clarett, boys. 323 carries, 2,200 yards. This is round up to 23. 7 yards a carry, 20 touchdowns on the ground. 90 was his longest. 651 yards after the first hit. 176 yards a game. 6 20-plus yard runs, 71 broken tackles, and he only fumbled the ball 1 time this year, opposed to the 6 that he fumbled the ball last year. And just in case this is Maurice Clarett's last game here at Ohio State, in the 2 seasons in this sim, he ran for like 1,800 yards in his freshman season IRL. He's got 4,564 here, 7 yards a carry, 42 touchdowns, 175 yards a game, 1,300 yards after the first hit, 15 runs of 20-plus yards. So this just like constantly pounding a rock. He's not even breaking off a lot of big runs to get all these yards. 153 broken tackles, 7 fumbles. Then through the air, 38 catches, 536 yards, 6 touchdowns, 14 yards a game. A catch, 20 yards a game, some decent rack, no drops. That's a plus. All right, boys, take a look at players leaving, and Maurice Clarett is indeed declaring for the draft. I'm not going to talk him into staying whatsoever. He's 99 overall. He's had a hell of a career here, and I think there's no better time than now for him to go to the league and possibly be the #1 pick in the draft. All right, boys, here we are in Madden 04, just like we did with Cam Newton. We're here. We exported the draft class. We want to see exactly where Maurice Clarett will be drafted. I'm not really sure how much this has to do with it, but there's a lot of running backs projected in the first round. Looks like every running back is projected in the first round. It's kind of crazy. But Maurice Clarett is very, very low on this list. You see my Cowboys sadly have the #1 overall pick, but I will not be drafting anybody. I will be simming the draft, and then I'm going to see where Maurice Clarett falls naturally through, you know what I mean, through the simulation. Everything about this is a simulation. We do not control any aspect of it. All right, boys, here we are. Draft recap. You guys saw that I simmed it, and the Cowboys did take Maurice Clarett #1 overall. And let's take a look at his overall and the rest of his stats coming into his rookie season. 87 overall, 91 speed, 86 agility, 97 break tackle, 80 carry, catching a 64, which is decent, 73 awareness, excels at 91, strength is a 79, and then, you know, jump is 73. Pretty much everything we need. 90 stamina, so stamina went up. Toughness is a 78. Injuries is 76. Impact is a 96, boys. So, I mean, I would say that even though we didn't win a Heisman, we didn't win a Natty, we still won other awards, and Maurice Clarett proved that he was the best running back in the nation, that he would continue to be the best running back in the nation for his rest of his time at Ohio State. Even if 2 other running backs did beat him out for the Heisman, that was definitely, you know, bias the way Maurice Clarett shouldn't have won. But overall, man, I think this sim was a success. You guys let me know down in the comment section below how you feel about it. If you guys did enjoy the video, stop and smash that like button. Hit me up in the comment section below with more players that you guys want to see. We can do a what if they would have stayed at a certain school, what if they would have you know, not transferred. We could also do just a straight up resim of somebody's career that maybe came in very, very overhyped but didn't necessarily live up to that hype in college, or you know, a player that didn't necessarily do well in college but came to the NFL and did the damn thing, and we'll see exactly how their career plays out in the sim. But without further ado, man, you guys subscribe if you're new. It's your boy UncleSamsReject, rkgames.com. I'm out of here. Peace.
Hey. Niggas want me to lose, but I can't. I've been stacking this shit to the ceiling. Know some niggas with bodies and it ain't no probably. We never speak on them killers. Everybody on my block gon' get them some money. It's only a couple of drillers. I've been fucking them hoes, man. Them bitches ain't nobody.